Cosmic horror owes its twisted existence to the genius mind of H.P. Lovecraft, a man whose tales have left an indelible mark on the genre. Cosmic horror goes beyond its controversial origins. It's about looking into the vast unknown, where human comprehension withers like a frightened school kid. Lovecraft's words unleashed a flood of unspeakable monsters, shattering our perception of reality and forever altering the landscape of horror in the realm of movies. In this video, we'll shine some light on those underrated gems that have embraced the spirit of Lovecraftian cosmic horror. You're in for a treat if you like tales of explorers venturing into an uncharted cave, or an astronomer who stumbles upon a mysterious telescope that reveals the sinister secrets of the cosmos. Let's get cracking. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. In the Mouth of Madness, 1994. This is the twisted world of John Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy, a successful horror filmmaker whose tales hold an inexplicable power over the audience. Enter John Trent, a freelance insurance investigator with a fondness for unraveling mysteries. He's tasked with the job of finding the missing author, Sutter Kane, and delving into the depths of his creepy world. Trent's pursuit leads him to a town that, up until this point, existed only within the pages of Kane's twisted imagination. As he walks the streets of this seemingly fictional town, he starts questioning his own existence. The folks in this town genuinely believe that Kane's books have somehow awakened a pack of ancient monstrosities called the Old Ones. With its title giving a nod to H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, Carpenter's film takes ambiguity to a whole new level. It's a cosmic horror roller coaster ride where reality and fiction collide, leaving you questioning the very fabric of your sanity. You'll find yourself clutching the edge of your seat, desperately trying to separate truth from illusion, while Carpenter's crisp direction and twisted sense of humor keep you hooked until the credits roll.
It's in here! Don't come in here!
Prince of Darkness, 1987. This one is a hidden gem, once again from the master of horror, John Carpenter. Now, we all know and love the movie The Thing, but how many of us know the tragically underrated piece of Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy, Prince of Darkness? A quantum physics professor named Howard Birack decides to bring his students on a field trip to a church in the heart of Los Angeles. But this ain't your ordinary Sunday service. They're there to investigate a cylinder filled with some mysterious liquid that was discovered in an old monastery. When some unlucky souls in the group get a taste of that liquid, they undergo a truly demonic transformation. Suddenly, the professor and the priest start to suspect that this substance is none other than the liquid embodiment of Satan himself, tied to the world of antimatter. Surrounding the church are a bunch of zombie-like homeless people. They're not here for spare change or a warm meal. Their sole purpose is to keep everyone trapped inside the church, unable to escape the horrors. The real terror lies in those unknowable elements hidden within the antimatter world. Carpenter takes the traditional possession narrative and slaps a scientific twist on it, tossing in alternate worlds and concepts that'll make your brain sizzle like a cosmic pancake. The Banshee Chapter, 2013. This is a tale of government experiments and cosmic nightmares. Meet James Hirsch, the brave soul who dares to unravel the enigma that is Project MK Ultra, documenting every move. James takes a mind-altering drug called DMT-19, and that's when things go from weird to holy eldritch tentacles. A shadowy figure appears, leaving poor James with eyes as black and a face that looks like it lost the fight with a blender. Enter Anne, a reporter and former college buddy of James. She's not one to sit back while all her friends disappear into the void of the unknown. Armed with nothing but curiosity, Anne unearths mind-boggling MK Ultra footage and top-secret notes. With a mix of determination and sheer badassery, Anne confronts the cosmic horror head-on, putting an end to the nightmare that's plagued them. Kind of based on H.P. Lovecraft's From Beyond, this cinematic gem delivers an atmosphere of omnipotent evil that'll leave you trembling in your boots. I kid you not, this one managed to physically affect the audience. Our heart rate skyrocketed, muscles tensed up, and we couldn't help but squirm in our seats as the story unfolded. If you're having a weekend sleepover, this is what you should go for.
I'm waiting.
Event Horizon 1997. Strap yourselves in as we look into Event Horizon, a film that takes us to the depths of space and beyond. In the year 2047, a brave crew of astronauts embarks on a daring rescue mission. Their objective? To reach the mysterious starship called Event Horizon, which vanished without a trace for a solid 7 years before mysteriously reappearing in orbit around Neptune. Even the mastermind behind the Event Horizon's design, Dr. William Weir, joins the crew. Why, you ask? Well, because this guy knows a thing or two about the ship's experimental gravity drive, a contraption capable of bending space-time. Once they reach their destination, they're in for a cosmic shock. That gravity drive, it opens up a portal to a dimension that makes the known universe look like a kiddie pool. And this dimension isn't exactly sunshine and rainbows. It's a swirling abyss of horror, causing the rescue team to experience hallucinations. Now, I'll be honest with you, Event Horizon had a rough go in the production department, resulting in a rushed editing process and dull reviews upon its release. However, Anderson's nightmarish vision found its way into the hearts of dedicated fans, earning Event Horizon a well-deserved cult following over the years. Lifeforce, 1985. Lifeforce, a quirky and atypical alien invasion film that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about extraterrestrial encounters. Directed by Tobe Hooper and based on Colin Wilson's novel The Space Vampires, this cosmic thrill ride will sink its teeth into your imagination. The story begins with a discovery, a massive spacecraft found near Halley's Comet, housing 3 alluring humanoid aliens in a deep sleep. The British and American astronauts, unable to resist the allure of attractive alien beings, decide to bring these extraterrestrial hotties back to Earth. These humanoid aliens are actually cosmic vampires, capable of draining the life force from us puny humans and sending it back to their spaceship hovering above our planet. But Colonel Tom Carlson emerges as the lone survivor from the spacecraft that stumbled upon these creatures, and he develops a psychic bond with the leader of the alien invaders. It's not just about lasers and explosions, my friends. No. This film delves into the mysteries of the aliens' origin and their ultimate goal. It's a cosmic horror that'll leave you scratching your head. Despite its intriguing premise, Lifeforce didn't quite capture the hearts of critics or audiences upon its initial release. Perhaps its obscure nature was a bit too much for the mainstream crowd to handle. But in the years since its debut, Lifeforce has found a special place in our nerdy hearts, embracing its unique charm and carving out a cult following. AM 1200, 2008. Sam, an executive, finds himself on the run after his friend Harry Jones tragically takes his own life. In a desperate attempt to keep his eyes open on a dark and lonely night, Sam flips on his car radio. As he tunes through the frequencies, he stumbles upon a distress call coming from none other than radio station KBAL, broadcasting from Mount Zaphon. Driven by an unwitting impulse, Sam follows the call, but his car decides to have a breakdown right there on the road. Undeterred, Sam musters up his courage and ventures inside the station, hoping to use their telephone and maybe catch a break. But he finds a man handcuffed to a pole. It seems Sam has stumbled upon more than just a radio station. Directed by the talented David Pryor, AM 1200 brings forth an atmosphere of bone-chilling foreboding that'll send shivers down your spine. This film knows how to crank up the dread, creating a sense of unease that few horror movies can match. In this piece, where jump scares take a backseat, fear not, for crazed individuals make their grand appearance. Our lead character and the radio station attendant bring the perfect dose of madness and mayhem to the table. Get ready for a wild ride with these unhinged souls. Now, it's a shame that Pryor hasn't graced us with more original work since AM 1200. He's been busy with video documentaries, but the world truly needs his talent in the world of filmmaking. Mandy, 2018. Mandy is a wild ride into a world of revenge, mind-altering drugs, and Nicolas Cage, aka Red Miller, unleashed. Directed by Panos Cosmatos, Mandy is a film that takes you on a trip to the edge of reality and beyond. It all starts in 1983 when our hero Red Miller finds his life turned upside down by a deranged religious cult known as the Children of the New Dawn. These nutjobs have the audacity to try and snatch Red's girlfriend, Mandy Bloom, But Red goes full-on Avenger mode. Armed with fury and fueled by revenge, he sets out to take down both the cult and their demonic biker lackeys who do their bidding. Red decides to take a bite of the cult's tainted drugs, and boy, does his mind take a wild ride. You'll be questioning what's real and what's just a figment of Red's drug-induced imagination in this chaotic environment. Critics couldn't help but praise Mandy for its distinctive visual style, which oozes with artistic brilliance. Now, despite its critical acclaim, Mandy might not have set the box office on fire, but it has amassed a dedicated following of fans who appreciate its unique and audacious approach. The Mist, 2007. Based on the 1980 novella by the master of terror himself, Stephen King, this film takes us to a small town in good old Maine, where things are about to get seriously spooky. The town finds itself trapped within a thick, mysterious mist that conceals an army of otherworldly creatures, from the tiniest abominations to the towering monstrosities. This mist is teeming with Lovecraftian horrors that made the audience's skin crawl. But it's not just some random cosmic accident. Oh no, it turns out a nearby military base accidentally ripped open the fabric of reality, giving these ghastly creatures a one-way ticket. Now, imagine being trapped in a local grocery store with a group of terrified townsfolk. The mist blankets their view, leaving them uncertain of the horrors hidden just beyond their reach. And here's a fun fact for you. The talented director behind this nightmarish tale is none other than Frank Darabont, the creative genius who later brought us the undead apocalypse extravaganza known as The Walking Dead. The Endless, 2017. Before Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead were swooped up by Marvel and Disney Plus to work their magic on Moon Knight, they proved themselves as amazing filmmakers in the realm of independent science fiction and horror. This talented duo not only directed the film, The Endless, but also wore multiple hats as producers, editors, and even starred as the Smith brothers themselves as Justin and Aaron. The story follows their creepy journey as they return to a cult they were once a part of during their childhood, but Justin remembers the cult as a UFO death cult, while Aaron only recalls a friendly commune. As the brothers reunite with the cult members, they stumble upon a revelation. These cultists seem to have stopped aging since the brothers' childhood days, and that's not even the weirdest part. The camp they reside in is plagued by unexpected phenomena, ropes ascending into the sky, time loops, and multiple moons floating above. It's like a cosmic carnival of bizarre wonders. Despite receiving sky-high praise from critics who recognized its brilliance, this low-budget cosmic horror film has remained hidden from the majority of film lovers. The Void, 2016. Deputy Sheriff Daniel Carter finds himself in a twisted tale of horror when he brings an injured man, James, to an abandoned hospital where his estranged wife Allison works. And that's when things take a nosedive into the world of the bizarre. As the night unfolds, our brave bunch discovers that the hospital is not as deserted as they thought. It's surrounded by a creepy cult and a parade of grotesque creatures straight out of your worst nightmares. Now, it's a fight for survival, as Daniel, James, and their ragtag group must fend off the cultists closing in on them. But the dark secrets of the cult's leader, Dr. Richard Powell, come crawling out of the shadows. This mad scientist tinkers with life and death, unraveling supernatural forces that will make you bite off your nails. The Void offers a cocktail of supernatural horror, twisted experiments, and an atmosphere that'll send shivers down your spine. It's a rollercoaster ride of emotions, where choices carry weight and the line between redemption and damnation blurs. It's a love letter to the horror classics of the 1980s, embracing a low-budget approach that harkens back to that nostalgic era. Critics praise this throwback style, but unfortunately, the film's success may have been hindered by its limited resources. Annihilation, 2018. Directed by the brilliant Alex Garland, known for his mesmerizing debut with Ex Machina, this cosmic horror adaptation of Jeff Vandermeer's novel is a trip into the unknown. Follow a courageous group of scientists and explorers as they venture into a quarantine zone blanketed by a phenomenon known as the Shimmer. This mysterious light emerged when a meteor struck a lighthouse within the zone, causing peculiar mutations in both flora and fauna. Something alien is at play, and the expedition members find themselves caught in its grip. Leading the charge is Lena, a biology professor and Army veteran portrayed by the talented Natalie Portman. Her decision to join the mission stems from a personal connection, as her husband returns as the sole survivor of a Green Beret mission into the zone. But as they delve deeper, they encounter not only mutated creatures, but also the unsettling doppelgangers that blur the line between reality and nightmare. Annihilation is far from a straightforward journey. Garland's masterful storytelling takes you on a mind-bending ride filled with uncertainty and cosmic horrors. It's a suspenseful movie that keeps viewers guessing, keeping them on the edge of their seats. Despite receiving high praise from critics for its unnerving atmosphere, Annihilation didn't fare well at the box office. Perhaps this is due to the mainstream audience's struggle with the inherent ambiguity of cosmic horror. The Whisperer in Darkness, 2011. It was an independent horror film directed and produced by Sean Browning, Andrew Lehman, and David Robertson, based on the H.P. Lovecraft short story of the same name. The film primarily follows the plot of the original short story for the first 2 acts. However, in the 3rd act, new material is introduced, revealing that the Migo worship Shub-Niggurath, and that cultists are attempting to open a gateway between Yuggoth and Earth. The protagonist, Wilmarth, teams up with Hannah, the child of one of the collaborators, to foil the cultists' plan. Despite their efforts, Wilmarth's escape fails, and it is revealed that he is narrating the story from a machine connected to his brain. This adaptation expands on Lovecraft's original story to create a more emotionally complex cinematic experience, incorporating additional elements like Hannah and a biplane dogfight. The Whisperer in Darkness has garnered rave reviews, praised for its atmospheric presentation and for capturing the essence of Lovecraft's expansive horror in an efficient manner. While the film is entertaining, it falls short of achieving greatness. The Empty Man, 2020. This supernatural slasher kicks off with a bang as a hooded figure terrorizes a group of friends during a mountain hike in Bhutan. Things take a horrifying turn when they stumble upon a grotesque, human-like mutated skeleton in a cave. Yikes! Unfortunately for our ill-fated friends, their encounter with the hooded figure leads to their demise. But that's not the end of the story. Oh no, this eerie figure, now known as the Empty Man, becomes an urban legend, whispered in hushed tones and haunting the darkest corners of our collective imagination. Fast forward to the present day, and a group of teenagers mysteriously vanishes after attempting a ritual believed to summon this very entity. Enter former detective James Lasombra, who starts an investigation as a favor to one of the parents. Little does he know his search will lead him down a dark and twisted path. The Empty Man faced its fair share of challenges, with poor screen testings and a quiet theatrical release, accompanied by mixed reviews. However, something intriguing happened along the way. It garnered a devoted following, a cult if you will, drawn to its infusion of cosmic dread and its departure from traditional narratives. The Church, 1989. Originally intended as a sequel to the gory delights of Demons and Demons 2, director Michele Soavi had other plans. He spun the story in a different direction, removing any direct connections to its predecessors. Produced by the legendary Dario Argento, with a special appearance by his daughter Asia, The Church wastes no time plunging us into a blood-soaked prologue set in medieval Germany. Brace yourselves for some good old medieval chaos as a group of knights unleashes their wrath upon a village suspected of devil worship. Fast forward to the present, and we find ourselves in the presence of an unsuspecting librarian named Evan. Little does he know, his exploration of the catacombs beneath the Gothic cathedral triggers a cataclysmic chain of events. Unsuspecting victims are trapped within the cathedral, facing horrors beyond their wildest nightmares. Sure, the church starts slowly, but don't be fooled. It's just the calm before the storm. Once the evil is unleashed, it's a non-stop barrage of twisted violence and supernatural madness. Have you witnessed the mayhem unfolding within the hallowed halls of the cathedral? They Remain, 2018. This Lovecraftian flick starts with Keith and Jessica. Scientists with a complicated past arrive at a remote research station to investigate a lack of animal activity after a Manson family-like cult inhabited the area. Strange occurrences and hallucinations plague them as they uncover hidden secrets in a previous excavation. As tensions rise, Keith suspects Jessica's involvement and confronts her, leading to a violent altercation. Keith locks himself in a module as eerie voices beckon him outside. Eventually emerging, Keith discovers the lab destroyed and encounters a disfigured Jessica. In a dark tunnel, Jessica questions Keith's intentions, and the line between salvation and joining their mysterious group becomes blurred. Directed by Philip Gallatt and inspired by Laird Barron's short story 30. Although adapting a complex story like this is a daunting task, Gallatt's work on it is truly remarkable. One of the standout aspects is that the film doesn't offer a straightforward black and white narrative. It refuses to provide clear-cut answers. Instead, it delves into the exploration of a character's descent into madness. It challenges viewers to reflect and draw their own conclusions from the experience, and it is simply brilliant. Marvelous verdict, from the mind-bending nightmares of In the Mouth of Madness to the haunting cosmic mysteries of The Endless. Each film on this list offers a unique and gripping experience. These underrated masterpieces bring to life Lovecraft's themes of cosmic insignificance, existential dread, and the fragility of the human mind. Through atmospheric storytelling, captivating visuals, and a deep understanding of Lovecraft's work, these films envelop us in a chilling embrace. They draw us into realms where the line between reality and madness blurs, leaving us questioning our own existence. These Lovecraftian masterpieces remind us that true horror lies not only in monsters and jump scares, but in the deep recesses of the human psyche, where ancient horrors hide and our deepest fears come alive. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.